Fusion Mobile, quality e-learning experience on the go.
Crop to study is rubber. Rubber Hevia brasiliensis. Rubber belongs to the family Euphorbiaceae. Euphorbiaceae is the family of crops that produce slimy substances from their stem, slimy substances. And so for rubber, you can produce the whitish, tishy liquid materials from the stem. And this is called latex. Latex. It is this latex, this whitish, starchy, or gummy material, latex, that is used to produce rubber and plastic materials. Now, lab preparation. The bush can be cleared with cutlass. The stubble can be done with axe or digging mattock, and then the land is leveled before the seeds are planted. Or all this with cutlass and digging mattock, or use machine such as a plow and harrow to clear the bush and removing the stumps. The varieties of rubbers include PB86, BDX, Dove Garden, and Habel 1. The climatic requirement. Rubber requires temperature of 24 degrees Celsius to 29 degrees Celsius. The rainfall about 180 centimeters to 300 centimeters per annum. Generally, rubber can be grown in the western coast of Africa. Now, methods of propagation. Rubber can be propagated 2 ways, either by seeds or by budding of the seedlings. The bud of the seedling is vegetative propagation. Don't forget, vegetative propagation is any type of propagation of planting that involves the use of other parts of the plant aside the seeds. When you use the seed, it's called sexual propagation. But when you use any other part of the plant, it's called asexual propagation or vegetative propagation. So rubber can be planted by sexual propagation using the seed, or by asexual propagation by the use of the budded seedlings. Planting it. Just like that of oil palm, rubber also requires 3 stages of planting. It requires the pre-nursery, it requires the nursery, then it requires the field. Then you can do budding in between nursery and field if you so like. But the rubber does not have a very, it has a covering shell, but it's not as hard as that of the oil palm. So we might not need a germinator here. You can just plant it and wait for it to germinate. It doesn't need a special treatment like we studied for oil palm. Now the pre-nursery is done August to October any year. Then 9 months later, it is transferred to the nursery. Then later, it transferred to the field. But in between nursery and field, you can do budding. Budding means you get the bud out of the main plant and you replant the bud. The bud will develop just like you have done for the seeds. Now spacing. The pre-nursery needs space of 3 centimeters by 3 centimeters. The nursery needs a space of 60 centimeters by 6 centimeters. While on the field, on the farmland where the seedlings are raised permanently, you need 4 meter by 6 meter spacing. Cultural practices, just like any other tree crops, it requires weeding, regular weeding, mulching, that means the covering of the soil with the dry leaves to prevent the scorching effect of sunlight from drying the soil, and also from preventing the soil from losing much water due to evaporation. Then pruning. Pruning is done by removing the extra branches that are lower so that there can be free ventilation in the branches. Then plant of cover crops on the ground to prevent much of weeds. Maturity period of rubber is 6 years. It takes 6 years for it to mature and for it to be able to harvest it. Harvesting. The process of harvesting rubber is called tapping. Tapping is done early in the morning. The process of tapping involves you using tapping knife to diagonally cut the stem. Diagonally cut the stem on the back, the thick covering of the stem of the rubber tree 60 centimeters above the soil. 60 centimeters above the soil. And then you put a cup. Put a cup at the lower end of the diagonal cut. And the cup must be fastened on the stem. So after cutting with a tapping knife and then putting the cup, gradually the liquid fluid will be flowing into the cup. The liquid fluid is whitish material known as latex. It will flow into the cup, and then you do the cutting in the morning. In the evening, you come and take the cups. You do it for all the crops, for all the rubber trees. In the evening, you come and take the cup, empty it to a big container, put it back. Do the same thing for all other. The latex you have collected together can now be processed into rubber sheet. It's collected is a processed rubber sheet by mixing the latex with water. Mix with water, and then you mix it with formic or acetic acid. Then with other processing that could be done, it will be converted to rubber sheet. This rubber sheet can be cut to sizes and can now be sold or exported to factories where it will be used to make plastic materials, tires, tubes, and the likes. Pest of rubber, the only known pest of rubber is mealybugs, and can be controlled by spraying of pesticides. The use of rubber are two. You have called tappy padded disease, and then you have white and red rot disease. Both diseases are fungal in nature, and they can be controlled by spraying of fungicides. That is rubber for you. Some questions will pop up on your screen. Make effort to answer those questions. If you find it difficult to answer the questions, then you can go back and play the video for good understanding. God bless you.